Hello, everyone. I wanted to share this card pull I made today with the intention of getting messages for all of us, the collective consciousness, and what we all need to hear right now. Um, and I'm going to read from this guidebook, actually, which I wouldn't normally do, but when I was reading up on these cards, there's just so much good information there, and I feel like it's going to be really helpful. And also, this is such an old deck. I bought this in 1995 or something, and I don't think many people will have it. So it's not like you can just go read from your own book. I don't know if many people have this deck, but at any rate, I think it'll be really helpful, and it's perfect. So let's just go over the cards. We got forgiveness, which gotta love this picture is, you notice the person is forgiving themselves in the mirror first. And then there's someone behind them waiting too. So I love that. Then trust. Yeah. I love this guy has a ball and he's just kind of, it seems like he's joyfully following the ball, even though he's walking over these crocodiles or alligators or whatever they are, not even noticing. Yep, perfect. And then expectations. It's funny. It's a victim card, so the other two were healing cards. And expectations are the root of all sorrow, according to Shakespeare, and I think he was exactly correct. So let's look at what the book said about all of these. It's so good. So the card of forgiveness says, this is another core healing principle. Forgiveness is really self-forgiveness. If the world is simply a reflection of your own mind, if all blame and judgment are projections of your own guilt and self-attack, then forgiveness of others releases both the others and the subconscious guilt within you. Guilt is really a form of arrogance, which makes life all about oneself rather than just learning the lesson, correcting the mistake, and moving on. Wow. Forgiveness puts things in perspective and brings back innocence. It returns life to ease, flow, and confidence. Forgiveness is not a form of winning the competition while another fails, nor is it about condescension or superiority. It is not deigning to grant the other mercy, which is really superiority, hidden judgment, and overcompensation for guilt and feelings of inadequacy, and competition, distraction from success, and fear of the next step. We fear forgiveness because we feel that we would be locked into a position of sacrifice or wounding. We feel that we are justified in our grievance or anger and that it would be stupid to give this up. Yet grievances are never about what someone else has done, but in fact are about what we have not forgiven ourselves for. We are actually holding our past against them. No situation can fail unless we fail to give something. Forgiveness is simply reconnection. It is an apology for blaming others for crimes, in quotations, you thought that you had committed. Funny, I thought that should say you thought that they had committed. I wonder if that's a typo or if it was meant that way. Anyway, forgiveness is the realization that it was all just a mistake, and true understanding and a new healed situation appear. In forgiveness, you finally get to give what was not given in the past. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. This heals you and the one being judged. One of the core dynamics of any problem is broken bonding or separation. Guilt is the superglue of life, which keeps us stuck in painful patterns and situations, while forgiveness is the solvent, which releases us not only from our guilt, but also from our withdrawal, unworthiness, and sacrifice, and from the feelings of deadness, exhaustion, difficulty, being stuck, valuelessness, and overcompensation. As we are released from that which separates us, we are reconnected and the problem is solved. Whew. If you have received this card today, understand that it is important to motivate yourself to forgive, because what you don't forgive in any one person, you don't forgive in everyone, including yourself. This means that without forgiveness, you will create distance, even with those you love the most. Whew. The power to change your situation is in your hands. Forgiveness is a choice which creates a new giving forth and a new receiving. Release your grievances so the hidden self-attack and lack of freedom will be released. If done by oneself, forgiveness is a difficult lesson, and self-forgiveness can be even harder. But you can ask your higher mind for help in accomplishing the forgiveness. While there are many beautiful forgiveness exercises, you could just as easily let it be done by grace. Please realize that if you are blaming yourself or others, the truth is being blurred. Choose the truth. Ask to know it. Ask for the forgiveness to occur. This may happen layer by layer, or it may occur all at once. In other words, you can ask for a miracle and the whole situation can be seen in a new light. Wow, okay. So that is so perfect and in alignment with the Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, if you've ever read that, which actually says you don't even need to forgive because there was no wrong ever being done, because we're all the same. We're all from the same source, and therefore you can't hurt someone who's not yourself. I'm not really saying that right. I'm not sure how to say it, but if you've read the Course in Miracles or heard anything about it, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So the next one is trust. And okay, your trust is your faith, your power of mind. Ooh. Specifically, it is using the power of your mind for the best thing to occur. Your mind will put itself toward something because it cannot be put toward nothing. I love that. That something may be negative, destructive, or self-defeating, but your mind will invest itself one way or the other. You can try to reduce your creativity and mind power to nothing, but you cannot succeed in stopping them. So you may as well use the power of your mind to change and heal your life. Trust is such sweet paradox that you can put your confidence into something negative and it will turn out for the best. For example, let us say you instinctively feel someone is not trustworthy. Denial or naivete would have you distrust your own feelings and pretend that everything is all right. Or you could trust your feelings to tell you if anything may be amiss, but still consciously put your mind and trust into this person, seeing, feeling, and knowing that everything will turn out at the highest level. This allows the situation to unfold positively, even if it did not start out right. Just choose to put your trust into what you want to turn out: happiness, abundance, love, and truth. Trust heals control, which is our defense to try to protect ourselves, as well as the fear and heartbreak underneath it. It heals the need to take things into your own hands to keep yourself and others from being hurt. Trust heals the conflicted mind, which wants two different things and so is afraid to move forward for fear that one of its halves will lose. Trust restores balance and confidence. Where there is trust, there is success. Today, consciously begin to use the power of your mind to heal, evolve, and transform situations around you. Learn to trust others, trust the process as it unfolds, and you will not get stuck anywhere along the way. Trust God, trust yourself, and trust a significant other. All of this removes layers of defense, blockages, and control. It allows for birth and the unfolding flow of life. Using your trust is the way out of this particular problem, for trust restores confidence and willingness. Wow, there's so much there about, you know, where focus goes, energy flows, and releasing defense, which is also from the Course in Miracles. I'm forgetting the quote, but there's there's something really great about defense in there, and in the Course in Miracles, I mean, and if I remember to look it up, I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so expectations. Expectations are a picture of how you think things should be. If you have an expectation, anything less than that becomes frustrating or disappointing. But even when the picture is fulfilled in exactly the way you want, it won't satisfy the need you have inside. Even if you meet one expectation, you will just create higher ones and thus never have a sense of satisfaction. This is a recipe for frustration. Under every demand is a need which wasn't met at a past significant time in your life. In an attempt to make up for these needs, you form expectations. But even when these expectations are fulfilled to the letter, they cannot fulfill your old need because that is in the past. So when someone demands something of you, you will either refuse to do it because it is a demand, or you will do it out of a feeling of sacrifice or duress. And when you make a demand of someone, even if they do what you want, the good feeling of both receiving and giving is lost because there is no contact between you. A person who has some kind of expectation will hear themselves using the following words: should, have to, got to, need to, ought to, or must, all of which lead to perfectionism when anything less than perfect is considered failure. This is a trap the ego uses to destroy any accomplishments that we make. It would have us feel we're not good enough, and whatever we do isn't good enough, increasing our fear and sense of inadequacy. If you get the card of expectations, which is the major dynamic behind stress, you are being asked to set goals and targets instead of having expectations. This is because if you miss a goal, it can be corrected and you can set new goals for yourself. If you miss an expectation, you tend to beat yourself up, creating higher and higher expectations for yourself. When you receive this card, look at the expectations you are putting on yourself and which you then necessarily put on others around you. Any expectation you are putting on another is the result of something that you are not giving. For instance, if you expect your beloved to love you, it's because you are not loving yourself or them. If you did, you would simply want them to love you and invite them to do that rather than demand and expect it. This stance is naturally successful. You're being asked to enjoy the reality around you and to let go of the fantasies you have in your mind. Fantasies dissociate you, creating distance between you and those around you, whereas it is the joining and connection we make with people which creates contact, success, satisfaction, and love. Again, I'm reminded of the Course in Miracles, where it says, if you need something, give it away. This alone will prove that you already had it. So there's so much in here that is reminding me of the Course in Miracles, which I don't resonate with everything in there, but a lot of it is such good stuff. So maybe this is a sign for someone out there to start reading that book. And good luck, because it's a little difficult. But if you can get through it, you're better than me. I never did finish, but I started, and I was in a group, which was very helpful to understanding it. So if you've watched this far, thank you so much, and I hope you're doing okay. This is a really intense time. So yeah, hope this message has assisted in some way, and I wish y'all lots of love and blessings. Thanks. Bye-bye.